We are back. Craig, here we are, Revinyl.
Finally, man. Come on. Let's go.
Finally. Finally, man.
Finally, let's do it. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. We didn't make it last week. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
Schedules, all kinds of stuff. But here we are. We're back, and we are back better than ever. Sometimes, even though we like doing this every week, sometimes it's good. We take a week off, store up some new stuff. I've got some fun stuff for you. One of the things, Craig, I wanted to present to you as a dilemma I had one time. I was thinking about this the other day. The reason I even went down this path, I was listening to. I bought a Don Henley record as a part of one of my recent hauls when I went to Noble Records. I probably bought 20 or 30 albums. I'm saying that really low so my wife can't hear me in the next room. But one of them was a beautiful mint original pressing copy of Building the Perfect Beast from
Nice.
Don Henley.
Great
That's
album.
such a great album. It has Driving with Your Eyes Closed, which I don't even think that wasn't even a top 40 hit, but that's one of my favorite Henley songs.
Great
Not
song.
Enough Love in This World, but it has Sunset Grill, has Boys of Summer. What a
Yep.
great album. And then it got me thinking about Henley, makes me think about Eagles. So I had a dilemma a few years ago. I don't even know if I've shared this with you before, but I had a dilemma where I bought tickets. I had VIP tickets to see St. Paul and the Broken Bones in Atlanta at Terminal West. As a part of that, when buying the tickets, I think they were only like $100. I bought one for me and my son. We had access to the sound check. We were going to get to go through a line and get autographs from the band, maybe even a Q&A session, and then we were roped off in front of the stage. Incredible for $100. And I love St. Paul. I know you do too.
Yeah. That's cool.
Ready to roll, and then about 2 weeks before, some friends of ours have a box at the arena in Atlanta, and the Eagles were coming around, and it was the farewell tour, the air quotes farewell tour that the Who started those back in the 80s, and they still tour, farewell tour. But it was a farewell tour on the same night, and I'd never seen the Eagles before, and so I had this huge dilemma. What do I do? I ended up choosing going to the Eagles show because I had seen St. Paul before. I've seen them twice. Loved them. But I'd never seen the Eagles, and I thought, this is it. This will be the last time. They've got Joe Walsh. Of course, Glenn Frey had already passed, but his son was going to be there. Vince Gill was doing the Glenn Frey parts. And I thought, I'm never going to see this again. What do I do? So I chose the Eagles. Not so much because I wanted to see them more than St. Paul, but I felt like there was a finality there that I had to. That leads me to an either or that I want to do for you. And I want you to think about each of these choices. So the choice is, if on the same night these two artists are playing,
Sweet.
who are you going to? And you got to think about it too from that same choice I had to make. Really think about this, because what if it's last time you might get an opportunity to see this artist versus, I know that I can see them again in 3 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
Of course, man. I'm always ready.
On the hot seat. Here's a good one to start us off. Well, we'll start with this one. Eagles versus St. Paul and the Broken Bones. Right now, today.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones, easy.
Okay. Good. All right. I regret my choice, by the way, because the Eagles came back around.
Yeah. Now they're at the. Now they're in Vegas, man.
I mean,
They're at the Sphere.
I could have been standing right in front of the stage for St. Paul. Anyway, I'm going to move on. All right. Next up, the Smiths or R.E.M.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not easy.
Man, this might surprise you, but I'm more of an R.E.M. fan, but I'm going to go Smiths. Johnny Marr.
Yeah.
He's the whole reason why. I want to go see him for sure. Now, here's the caveat. If either of those bands or both of those bands reunited and played tomorrow, I would go see R.E.M. in a heartbeat over the Smiths. But in their heyday, Smiths.
Okay. Yeah, this is current. Like each of
Yep.
these that I'm presenting to you, if it's tomorrow and you have a ticket to both of them,
Oh, so they would have to reunite.
yeah, yeah,
REM. REM,
okay,
hands down.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. It's a tough choice though.
Yep.
It's a tough choice. The Police or the Replacements?
It's going to piss you off, but the Police.
It's so tough. I've seen the Replacements, and oh my gosh, it was so incredible. But I might go the same route, though. Yeah. Let's see. King Crimson or Yes?
I got to go King Crimson. I enjoy Yes a little bit more, but King Crimson they're just epic.
Yeah.
I bet they're great live. They're a better live band than an album band, I think.
Yeah. This one on the surface may seem easy for some people, but I don't know. We'll see. ELO or Tame Impala?
Oh, ELO.
All right. And I know how much you love Tame Impala.
I do. I don't like the direction Kevin's going, man. This last album, I tried. I don't like it. I don't love it.
It's not the same, but they're incredible live.
Incredible
the
live
show is
yeah.
so amazing. Okay, I purposely left Iron Maiden out of this because you've seen them, but here's one that's an interesting: Judas Priest or Scorpions?
I gotta go Judas Priest. I was never a huge Scorpions fan. Love the guitar playing, obviously, some of the best guitar playing out there, but I like Priest, just straightforward, just hard rock. Love it. So I gotta go Priest.
All right. Bob Dylan or MJ Linderman?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna be able to see MJ for years to come. That guy's he's there.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. I got to see Bob Dylan, man. I think Bob's probably might be better now.
Yeah.
And he was in his prime, so to speak. So yeah.
It's interesting because so many people through the years have talked about Dylan doesn't have a great voice or whatever, but it's the kind of voice that's aged so well.
For sure.
Because there's some guys that their voices were so incredible, and then age degrades the voice, and then it's not the same. With Dylan, I mean, we could be funny, and I don't mean this in any bad way, but Dylan's voice was never great to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's an acquired taste, right?
It's more the
And so-
acquired taste thing. Like Tom
Yeah.
Waits, for example, is one where Tom Waits sounds damn good right now. Nick
Yeah.
Cave sounds damn good right now because their age lends itself to the style of their voice.
Yeah.
So the smokier and raspier it is, the better it is.
And Dylan's band is just, I don't even know who's in his band, but they're top notch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's why I put those two together, because MJ is kind of the hot artist right now, but at some point Dylan's not going to do any more shows. So
Yeah,
for
he
me,
can't.
it's the same thing.
Yep.
Okay. U2 or Paul McCartney?
Paul McCartney all the way.
That's what I thought.
Paul McCartney all the way. I can't believe I almost said you too. Sorry about that.
Black Crowes or Wilco?
Oh. Black Crowes, because I think at some point it's just never going to happen again. I'm surprised that they're even touring right now. And Wilco is just a force right now. I feel like in 20 years I'll still be able to go see Wilco.
Yeah, good
So
call.
I'm going to go Black Crowes.
Last one. This is really interesting, and it's kind of a similar kind of thought process maybe. Supergrass or Oasis?
Supergrass. And I've already seen them. I've seen them once. I take that back. I got to go Oasis. Because when I saw Supergrass, I saw them at this place called Opera, which is not your typical venue. I think it was more of a club. And it was right across the street from just a huge dance club. It was so odd, but it was a really cool venue. And I saw the Choral open up for them. It was a really good show. It was for the Life on Other Planets tour, and they were good. But you could tell when they would play stuff from I Should Coco, they couldn't quite hit that. I mean, because that's such a spastic album. It's just got so much energy. They couldn't recreate that energy. And Oasis doesn't play with that level. Oasis is more of a kind of a groovy kind of a band. And I feel like any chance I could get to see Oasis would be, I feel like seeing them live would maybe convert me into even a bigger fan.
If that's
And I
possible.
can't get any bigger of a Supergrass fan. So
Right.
I'll say this is a great topic because I ran into this dilemma in college. I had the opportunity, I had tickets to go see Sunny Day Real Estate at Cotton Club, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And but it was the same night that Weezer played Georgia Tech's basketball stadium on the Blue Album.
Wow.
And I was definitely more of a Sunny Day fan, but the Blue Album is it's a classic. It's such a great album. And what swayed me is the girl that I really liked that we were somewhat dating at the time. She's like, you got to go with me. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that makes my decision.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it in hindsight because I got to see him for the album, but I was crushed because literally like 2 weeks later, Sunny Day Real Estate broke up.
Yeah.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I didn't get laid. Sorry. Because that's part of what I was hoping for. Didn't happen. But anyway, yeah. So
You digress. Yeah. Sunny Day Real Estate, you were going to be going by yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, because there's not that many people that even knew them. You were way ahead of the pack on Sunny Day Real Estate. No one was going with you to that show.
No.
All right, that's funny. Okay, I am going to switch gears. I want to do a quick over-under with you because I started down the path of thinking about Henley, Eagles, and I thought, I wonder how many top 40 hits Henley had on his own. How many top 40 hits the Eagles have? So I'm going to do the over-under with you on these.
Cool.
For Henley, Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh, and the Eagles. I'm just going to set it across the board at 10. So Don Henley, over or under 10 top 40 hits?
Over.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you the numbers yet because I have a follow-up question, but he's actually surprisingly under 10.
Wow.
I was, okay. Glenn Frey.
Under.
You're correct. Joe Walsh.
I got to think if Glenn's under, he's under, so I'm going to go under.
All right, you are correct. And then Eagles over under 10.
Oh, they got to be closer to 20, right? I mean,
yeah, they have 17. They had 17 top 40 hits, and quite a few of them were number ones. Surprisingly, I was looking at this. Tequila Sunrise didn't even make the top 40. I think it was 62 on the charts.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Henley versus Frey, they are both under 10. Do you want to take a guess how many top 40 hits Henley had versus Glenn Frey?
I would say Henley's got to be close to like 7 or 8. I would say Glenn Frey might be around 5.
I would have thought the same thing. Henley's 8, Glenn Frey is 7. They're really close. But the difference is Henley had 4 top 10 hits. Glenn Frey only had 2.
Yeah.
And then Joe Walsh had 4 top 40 hits, but he didn't have any in the top 10, which isn't surprising. I mean, even Rocky Mountain Way, as great of an iconic song as that is, at the time, it was not a top 10 hit.
Yep.
The Eagles had 10 top 10 hits. Not surprising there. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. Okay, moving on. You were going to talk about some Shazam finds.
Yeah, man, I've got some new Shazams I thought I'd go through for you. I'm just going to go backwards because they've been really interesting lately. The first one you'll really like is was watching, I'm trying to think of the show that we were watching on Netflix, but all of a sudden I'm like, I know this song. What is this? And it was a cover of Somewhere Only We Know. You know that song from Keane. Lily Allen doing kind of like a more just stripped back version of it. I'm like, God, this is beautiful. Made me go back and listen to Hopes and Fears, which is cool.
Yeah.
Great rendition. A lot of covers on this. Prior to that, this past Sunday, I heard a killer version of Dear Prudence.
Love that song.
The Leslie West Band. Leslie West, of course, from Mountain.
Yeah.
He had an album in, I think this is 76, the Leslie West Band. killer, like a rockin' version of
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot
Dear
of
Prudence.
guitar, heavy jam guitar, because he's a
Yeah.
great guitar player.
I'm gonna definitely. I've got it bookmarked to listen to that album because it was killer. You gotta love some Mountain.
Yeah.
Um, Joe West, Gambling Man. This is something Becca was watching. I think it was not anyway. One of the numerous TV shows we're watching on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. Think early Black Keys, but
Okay.
all instrumental. It was really cool. Joe West,
Okay.
really good stuff. Was in the grocery store and I heard a very smooth version, and I'm like, who is this covering Doves? And it's Catch the Sun, which is off of Dove's Lost Souls album. Great
Yeah.
song. It was
Love it.
Jamie Cullum.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't, yeah, you're familiar with Jamie Cullum.
I know the
Jamie,
name. I don't know. I mean, I bet I know 5 of his songs, top 40-ish type stuff. But I,
yeah, he was kind of like, when he first came out, he was kind of like the next Harry Connick. He was really before Bublé got big, but much poppier, much more experimental. This is on Catching Tales. My friend, the guy that I record with, Eric, for Venice Lights, he likes Jamie Cullum a lot. But I had no idea. I've listened to that album, and it never struck me that he did that album. I did that song. Stan Getz with a song called Feijoada. I was unfamiliar with the song. I was like, this is great. If you know Stan Getz, it's West Coast bossa nova stuff. It's really catchy, really smooth, but not elevator-ish. Really great stuff. Definitely going to download that B-Sides album. This one was really cool. I thought the song was killer. It's under Rolling Stones, but it's actually just Mick Jagger. It's a song called Memo from Turner.
never heard of it.
He was in a movie where he played, of all things, a rock star. Named Turner. Named Turner. I've got to see this movie. Look it up. I'm sorry. The movie escapes me. But the song Memo from Turner is killer. You can find it, I think, there's a singles collection called 68 to 71. So apparently it was a single. I don't remember it. I remember having like Hot Rocks and more Hot Rocks and, the Abco sessions. I don't remember ever hearing that song. Killer.
Okay.
You'll like this one a lot too. And this is an era of Rod Stewart I completely ignored. Moment of Glory, which is on Vagabond Heart from 1991, which is really not, this has got,
Downtown Train, maybe.
and I think Downtown Train might actually be its own album, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But the song that Have I Told You Lately How Much I Love You, that's
Yeah.
on there. But this was, the reason I liked it is this was like Faces era, real bluesy. It was really good. I'm like, I got to go back. And Vagabond Heart is a good song. Kind of has a bit of a Irish, feel to it. It's cool. So I'm going to go back and check that. It's just an era of Stevie I've never really thought to listen to.
Or Rod, not Stevie.
No, not Stevie. Yeah, Rod.
Well,
Rock and Rod.
Rock and Rod. Funny, before you move on, I read one time a critic said, because you and I love Faces, we love early Rod Stewart.
Yep.
Just incredible. And then when he got into the 80s and 90s, he really started to fall off. Not that I don't like some of those songs,
Right.
but he really did fall off when you think about where he had been with Faces, Jeff Beck Group, his early solo stuff. And a Rolling Stone critic, oh man, just blistering review one time said, never, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but he said, never has someone with so much talent done so little with their abilities, because Rod Stewart's one of the greatest vocalists in rock and roll history.
Hands down.
And the stuff that he did after 1980 something is, some of it's just not good.
We talked about this before in one of the first episodes of this year about Faces is coming out with an album this year.
Yeah.
And we're both excited about it. And it's for that very reason. It's for his voice as much as anything else.
Yeah.
Beck Ola, I'm telling you guys, that's the best Jeff Beck album. And it's because of his camaraderie with Rod.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm telling, Rock and Rod, man, at his peak, it doesn't get any better.
I agree. And I love, and we'll move on, but I got in I don't know, it's a couple months ago, I was listening to a lot of Rod Stewart and the song "You Wear It Well,"
Yep.
because Maggie May, it's kind of a continuation of Maggie May. It
Yeah.
even sounds a little bit like it, but that song is absolutely incredible.
I
It's
heard that
just,
the other day too, literally within the last 2 weeks.
yeah, he had a swagger about him that and that's just an incredible song. But even on some of the other songs, he'd do covers of "Twisting the Night Away" and things. But he just had his voice was so good. He made it. It was almost literally what you hear about. Oh, his voice is so good he could just sing the phone book. I mean, that was Rod Stewart.
He never sounded like, even if he was doing a cover, he never sounded like he was trying to imitate in any way. It's almost like he just recreated the song.
Yeah, it was
He
like
always made it his own.
Aretha Franklin, same thing, always.
Yeah, the last thing I have here, and we'll move on. I've never heard of this band. Let me look and see when it was released. Looks like a really cool band. The album was released in 2017. I'm telling you, I keep finding these albums from the mid aughts and then the mid 2010s. Soul Sound System from a band called Detroit, and Detroit is D/Troit. Just killer neo soul. This is you are all over this album. Detroit, Do Your Thing is the name of the song. I haven't downloaded the album yet, but I'm definitely going to get it. It's great. So
Man.
anyway,
Okay.
latest Shazams.
Thank you. That's great. You just made me think of something on the fly here, but it's going to be a perfect segue. Cover song that my son played for me recently. And I was listening, when it first came on, I thought, oh, this is a different version of Travis doing the song Sing.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell. Have you heard Glenn Campbell covering Sing?
No.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not, I mean, my son argues with me. He's listened to both, and he's partial to the Glenn Campbell version. I'm not there yet, but
Right.
really impressive. And this is late in Glenn Campbell's career. This might even have been his last album. Really
Had to
good
be.
version.
Yeah, because I remember when he passed away, I got a little emotional.
Yeah, I
And
did
I remember
too.
it, what was it, 2015,
It's been
2014?
a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check that out. It's a good segue though to. I went to a concert last week. I went to see the band Shadowgrass. I've talked about them before on this show. I've talked to you about them before. They're young bluegrass band. They've got a fiddle player, mandolin player, acoustic guitar, banjo, and bass. So it's five. They've got to all be under 30. And I think they call their home base in Asheville, North Carolina, but they're kind of all over the Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee area, I think originally. They are so good. Craig, their guitar player, if Billy Strings is the greatest I've ever seen in terms of playing an acoustic guitar, this guy is so close to him. I'm not kidding you. It's unbelievable. You just stare at him. He's so fast. I've never seen. I don't even know. I mean, if you put him up against Billy Strings, and they've shared stages before. They've actually dueled together, Billy and I forget this guy's name.
Right.
Unbelievable. So I went to the Shadowgrass show, loved it. They're definitely traditional bluegrass, but they also are more progressive. They do some of the jammy, trippy stuff
Right.
that Billy Strings does, and it attracts a really broad crowd, but a pretty young crowd. A lot of people that are probably into Fish and the Grateful Dead and Billy Strings. Amazing. So they're one of the five I want to mention. Five country, and of course Shadowgrass being more bluegrass, but falling under the country umbrella, that are known to some maybe, but the casual fan might not know. Shadowgrass is number one. Song that I would recommend is Pleasantly Aimless. Great song. They're a great band. They're one to watch. Billy Strings is the front runner in that neo bluegrass jam sound. Shadowgrass is right behind Billy Strings, and I think they're going to be really big. Next up for me, and I know you love this guy. He's not new, but a lot of people don't know because I bring him up a lot of times, and people go, "Oh, I don't know. I think I've heard of him." But Charlie Crockett, you talked about him years ago to me. You love him. He's unreal. Recommended if you like Marty Robbins, Glenn Campbell,
Yep.
Buck Owens. He is old school country. When I say old school country, 50s, 60s country.
Yep.
The song that I can't get enough of is Paint It Blue. It's an unbelievable song. There's so many great songs by Charlie. He records an album about every 6 weeks, it feels like.
I was going to say, you better get on now, because if you wait another year, it's going to take you a year to listen to all of his music.
Yeah, he is guided by voices and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I mean, he's just constantly. My son told me the other day, Charlie's got a new album coming out. I was like, well, yeah, of course he does. It's February. Of course he'll have another one in April probably.
That's crazy.
Love him. Have you heard Zach Top?
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Really good. I've really been listening to him a lot lately. He's bringing back that 80s sound, the 80s country sound.
Yeah.
The 80s, early 90s. Before, there was a time period there where, yeah, you had Nashville, but it wasn't Nashville like it is today. He reminds me a lot of Vince Gill, maybe Steve Wariner, Keith Whitley, guys like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've listened to him a good bit. He's very popular in my wife's social circle. I think he's opened up for some big artists too.
And he's getting big.
He's definitely on the rise. He's going to be more of a headliner in the coming years.
Yes. He's a really good guitar player.
Yeah.
Electric guitar. He's really good. He has a song called When You See Me. Unbelievable song. And it reminds me, so it could have been recorded in the 80s. Such a great song. Next up for me, Midland, however you pronounce it. Are you familiar with them? They're not really cosmic country. They're really more 70s country, more of almost an Eagles feel at times. It's more country rock, but leaning more towards country than rock. They're great. They have so many great songs. I love them. I think they are another one of those next up kind of bands, and they're a true country band. So many country artists are just the artist, right? It's Zach Top with 4 guys that may be a revolving door or whatever. Midland is a true band, and they're really, really good. And they look like Flying Burrito Brothers. The way they're sort of their look. They're really cool. Last one for me is a guy named Parker McCollum. He's been around for about 10 years. Has a country song. He's had a lot of hits. He's got a song called "Burn It Down," which was a really big country hit. Becca would know him. He's really good. His song that I love is called "Like a Cowboy." Great country song. He's definitely an up-and-comer. He's a little older than Zach Top. Zach Top is probably late 20s. Parker is early 30s, but Parker McCollum's been recording since his early 20s. I saw him live last year. Fantastic live show. Really grabs your attention. Good performer. Moves around the stage some and very interactive. So those are 5 sort of country artists to watch for anyone that wants to go explore more on the country side.
Very cool.
Mention those. Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap up here. We're going to do, I know we're running short on time, but we're going to do we have 20 more. It's hard to believe we made it this far in that Uncut, the top 500 albums of the 90s, the UK magazine. You select a number randomly. You've been keeping track with it for the past 2 years. Thank you, Craig. You're going to You're going to call out a number that we haven't chosen yet. I'm going to tell you who it is, and we'll just go very quickly here. Moving my books out of the way. We're going to go quickly, and we don't know what we go next, or we'll talk quickly about it.
All right. You ready?
I am ready. I'm going to get my readers on. Fire away.
218.
218. So we're down to our last 20. Hard to believe. Okay, here we go. I've seen this album before because this is an interesting album cover. The band is called Plush.
Mm-hmm.
More You Becomes You on Drag City. I don't think I've ever listened to it though. I think it's more.
I like Drag City, but I can't say I'm familiar with that. We'll have to push on that. Have to go next, but
we'll go
not
next.
A negative thing. We just don't know it.
Yeah. All right.
What about 171?
All right. 171. Definitely never heard of this. The band or the artist, it's called Global Communication.
Wow.
The album title is 7614. It says an ambient house high point concocted by Mark Pritchard and Tom Middleton. Let's see. Vangelis inspires the vibes and throughout glacial melody soothes the gentle grooves. That actually might be pretty interesting.
I tell
Never
you,
heard of
you
it.
know, Vangelis is something that I probably made fun of in high school and college, but now it's kind of my jam. So
Yeah.
I'll check
Chariots
that
of
out for sure.
Fire.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
Okay. All right,
Uh,
next.
next up is 121.
All right. This is a band that I like some of their other stuff. I actually don't know that I've ever listened to this album. 121, Mercury Rev, See You on the Other Side.
I have tried so many times with Mercury Rev, man. We're striking out.
Yeah,
I could never get into them. Your Self Esteem, what is it, Deserters or Deserters songs?
I like that one
Um,
actually.
yeah,
That's the
I
one that I
love that
like.
album cover. I absolutely adore that album cover. I just never really connected with the music. I don't hate it. I just not something I love.
All right. Well, we're striking out big time. The fourth one. Here we go.
71.
Oh yeah. Now you're getting to the heart of things here. 71. Oh, Beastie Boys, Ill Communication.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
I mean, hard to beat, right?
Yeah.
I love the Beasties. I mean, my favorite is Check Your Head. It almost always has been. I think Paul's Boutique is an absolute masterpiece. I really do. Even though I go to Check Your Head more often, I would say Ill Communication would be my third favorite. I do love that album. I do. It's
Yeah.
great. It's fantastic. I mean,
They continue to evolve and expand their sound.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Love it.
don't mean to sound lackluster on that. It is a fantastic, like I said, it's the third. All three of those albums to me are 5-star albums for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go back
Okay.
145. Yep.
Keeping me on my toes here.
Yeah,
145.
trying to save some of these deeper albums for to have a
Yeah.
banger episode.
At the final 10. Oh, great band. Lush, Split from 1994. I love Lush. I love
I
her
do too.
voice.
Somebody was compared as this newer album that I discovered, I think this past week, and it was compared to Lush, and I go, okay, if that tells you anything, I was like, okay, done.
I'm
I'll
in.
I'll, I'll add it. Amazing vocals. We're talking primarily female vocals. In fact, all exclusively female vocals. Haunting, but not eerie, if that makes sense. So yeah,
Yeah. I always thought that her voice was the perfect female voice for shoegaze.
yeah,
Period. I just think her voice and shoegaze, that sort of sweetness with the heavier, guitars in general, I think she's the perfect match. Love her.
yep. All right, 86.
All right. Jim O'Rourke, Eureka, also on Drag City. Boy, they love them some Drag
Like
City.
some Drag City, yeah.
The,
Jim
the
O'Rourke is
tortoise
one of
guy,
those.
right?
Yeah, one of those. He's Chicago. He's one of those
Not
guys.
the band, not the band, the city.
Yeah, the city for sure. He's one of those guys I've been told you got to check him out. You got to check him out. And every time I go to check him out, and I just don't. I don't get it. I don't hate it. It's just like wow, like you people really like him. You know, big C and Cake fan. I love John McIntyre, the drummer. I've never been a huge Tortoise fan. You
Yeah,
know, something about it seems to just a little bit disjointed to me, but I'm always game to give it a try because he's very talented. So,
yeah.
all right, 64.
64 in the Uncut list. Ah, I love this band so much, and I need to go back and just really listen to their. I admittedly, what I've mostly listened to is their greatest hits. It's one of those bands that I just haven't deep dived enough. But Manic Street Preachers, Generation Terrorist, they're an incredible band.
They're an incredible band. They get lumped in with other bands that just aren't nearly as heavy. They're almost borderline, not metal, but they are on the heavier side of Britpop.
Yeah, it's almost arena
Yes.
Britpop. It sounds like it was made to be played in an arena.
Yep.
It's different from Catherine Will, but I'd put them closer together than I'd put Manic Street Preachers closer to Catherine Will than Manic Street Preachers to Oasis, for instance.
Oh, for sure. for sure.
Yeah, I love
Agreed.
them. Yeah. All right.
All right, we're gonna go back one more time. 152.
The ever elusive for me because I've just never really gotten into him. Leonard Cohen, The Future.
Great album. Great
Yep.
album. I mean, I think that's past his pinnacle years, his peak years, but it's a fantastic album. Got is that a, is it a hummingbird on the front cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Beautiful,
heart.
beautiful
Hand,
album.
handcuffs.
He's one of those guys that can really tug at your heartstrings, and that's definitely one of those albums that does it. It's good. But you got to be in the mood for it. I think you got to be in the mood for his albums all the time. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna go deep here. 41.
Oh yeah. Love that. Oh my gosh. I love this album. You love this album even more than I do, so I'll let you talk. The Laws, self-titled.
Oh yeah, I mean that you asked at one point. I think on Vinyl for you had asked me, where would Marky Moon rank? Would that be in my, from television? Would that rank in my top 50? I said definitely top 100. The Laws definitely top 50. I think that album's an absolute masterpiece. I don't normally get offended when somebody's like, "Man, I just don't get it." But we had a record rep back in the day that's like, he goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "What? I'm confused. That those two things don't go together. You do not hand me the La CD and go, "Oh, what do you mean?" He goes, "There's only one good song on it. There she goes, and that's it." And I go, "Are you out of your mind?" And he was a very big record rep for us. I was like, You're an idiot." And he's like, "Man, I love your moxie." I was like, "Great." I go, "Sorry, I didn't mean." I said, "I absolutely love that album. What I like about it is it's so energetic, and it's funny. As much as I don't find myself a big Who fan, it reminds me of like some of the earlier kind of garagey. If they unplugged a bit and had less distortion of what they did for like Odds and Sods or something along those lines. But much more concise, much poppier. I think his name was pronounced Mavers, Lee Mavers or Mavers.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Lee to me is one of the best songwriters out there. Never quite grabbed me with the band Cast. I couldn't really
Yeah.
get into Cast that much, but I'm telling you, I have everything I can find from the Laws. I have probably 5 or 6 different B-sides collections. I'm not normally into kitchen demos, as we talked about before. They're one of those bands, give me kitchen demos.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you haven't heard the B-sides from that album too, it's amazing because he had a very beautiful melodic side. He just didn't express it as much on that album. Um, it's like the Stone Roses, man. You got the Stone Roses self-titled album. I know they had a second coming, but you got the Stone Roses album and the Laws album to me that are just, why couldn't we get more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, one last one.
Oh, by the way, one of the best album covers of the period.
Isn't it
The
cool?
Laws record. I love that album cover. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What you
All
got?
right, we're going deep. We're gonna have some bangers coming up here, so just brace yourself. We got a lot left. 12.
All right. And this is the last one for today.
Last one for today.
Okay. Number 12. It's taking me a second here. Just not my thing, but it's number 12 is Tricky. Maxine Quay.
Yeah, I've never known how to pronounce that. Kevin and I have really been Kevin of our friends. Kevin and I have been doing schizophrenic music forever. He and I are really into a lot of like hip hop and instrumental hip hop specifically, and then we're starting to get into some DJ stuff. I might actually really like that now. And when it came out, I didn't get it. I remember seeing Tricky and Ronnie Size and Orbital and all these bands that are so influential. I was like, I just don't get it. I don't think I tried because I just felt like it wasn't my thing, but I'm into it now because I'm telling you, if you haven't seen Trackstar, if you haven't seen What's in My Bag, the best episodes are the ones that are hip hop rappers, hip hop artists, whether they're producers, DJs, they're amazing because they are absolute just sponges. They're an encyclopedic type knowledge of music. They listen to anything and everything because they want anything and everything to throw into their music. So I tried the other day with Aphex Twin. I couldn't get into it. I tried, but
That's
the
all you can
guy
do.
but it was Flying Lotus that had recommended. He's, oh man, this album's awesome, and I get part of it. Some of it was a little too jungle, a little too just a little bit much for me. But I get why he likes it, So I think I'll try that Tricky album because that's been on people's list as long as that album's been released.
Yeah, I need to try it too. It's in the top 20. Everything in the top 20 for this Uncut list, if I didn't know it already, I gotta
Right.
try it. I mean, because I respect Uncut enough for that. Okay, well that wraps it up. We'll do the last 10 on the next episode, which is
Yeah.
going to be, like you said, going to be some bangers. We may have to just dedicate an episode to that because it's going to be a lot of stuff that's really good, and we're going to be expanding on it quite a bit. So
There's 4 in the top 11. Let's just say that.
there we go. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I can't wait.
Awesome.
All right, Craig, a lot of fun. Thanks for sharing your Shazam list. I'll do the same. I've been Shazamming some stuff, watching some different shows, been watching Lincoln Lawyer and some other things. So I'm
Yeah, we've been watching that too.
Oh, such a great show. I love it.
I do
love
too.
the characters.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll have some Shazam to share soon. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks everyone, and we'll be back next week.